With tens of thousands of acres, the Dillon Ranger District could always use a few good friends, and nonprofit Friends of the Dillon Ranger District is one of the Forest Service's best and oldest buddies in Summit County. The nonprofit leads more than 60 hikes and trail work days every summer, all with volunteers and a full-time staff of just 4. Programs manager Doozie Martin has a hand in it all, from planning nature hikes with the local CSU Extension Office to coordinating Youth Corps volunteers for trail work all across the county. Before summer kicks into high gear, Krystal 93 invited Martin to the studio for a look at the summer schedule, how you can get involved, and why being a good friend to the Forest Service is being a good friend to the big, boundless beauty in your own backyard. Phil Lindeman, Krystal 93 News Director, in the studio today with Doozie Martin. He's Programs Manager for Friends of the Dillon Ranger District. Doozie, thanks for making time to come in.
Hey, thank you so much for having me here, Phil. Really appreciate it.
And it is the start of summer, which means that hiking, biking, all that season is right around the corner. And you guys get started pretty soon here with your start of summer kickoff. Tell me a little about that.
Yeah, we've got our annual season kickoff here taking place on May 31st. At the Silverthorne Pavilion. All are welcome, Phil, so if you got a free evening, come on down. The evening will be from 6 to 8. We'll have some light snacks, cash bar. We'll be giving out raffles. But this is also kind of our big membership drive for the year. So we'll have a lot of familiar faces renewing their annual memberships. It's usually just a real good evening. And I also wanted to mention we are introducing this year a newcomer membership for $25. So hopefully it makes it a little bit more affordable for those of us making a little bit less dough in the county to help support their local forest.
Absolutely. And what do you get with a membership?
Membership, in a lot of respects, is just a way to support us, but we also offer several benefits. There's discounts at the store in the Dillon Ranger Station across from Target down there in Silverthorne. We also have membership-only hikes with barbecues. We're doing a wild edibles hike that'll be only open to members. Local photographer Bill Linfield is leading a photography hike for us that will also only be open to members. So there's several benefits. All of those can be found on our website at FDRD.org. We just really encourage people. The money goes right back into our forest that we all know and love. So come on out on the 31st.
Yeah, come on out and find out a little bit more about what FDRD does, and how you guys help. In a nutshell, how is it that you operate within Summit County? What is it that you guys do, and what is it that you help with throughout the year?
Yeah, so we are a 501c3 nonprofit. Our main partner is the Forest Service, in particular the Dillon Ranger District. The Dillon Ranger District does share the borders of Summit County. To give you a little perspective on that, we partner with over 40 entities around the county. Organizations, businesses, schools, churches, to come help us out with our stewardship projects on the National Forest. And that ranges from trail construction to trail maintenance, wildlife habitat rehabilitation, watershed restoration. We're getting into some invasive weed mitigation. So there's a little bit of everything. The calendar is constantly changing, but all these projects we have currently up on our website, again, at fdrd.org.
Great. How many projects do you tend to take on in a summer? On average, how many times are you guys out in the field doing stuff?
Yeah, so we've got for the 2018 season, which kicks off on June 2nd for National Trails Day and runs through the month of September, we're going to have over 60 projects in a 4-month span. About 15 of those will be designated towards youth. We see them as the next generation to carry the baton of forest stewardship into the future. So focus a lot on them, but some projects we don't have open to the public. We're working specifically with groups, but everything listed on the calendar is. And so anything you see on there in your neighborhood, on your favorite trail, is available to come out and help out, and we'd love to see those smiling faces.
Great, and that's one of those cool things about FDRD is that really these are the trails and the areas that folks live in. that they go to all the time, that you're walking the dog on, that you're riding the bike in. It's your backyard.
That's exactly right. And that's the way that we look at it is, if you like riding these trails, if you like walking your dog, if you like riding your horse, hiking these trails, come out and give us half a day. Come drink a beer with us afterwards. And it's an everybody wins situation that way. You feel like you've given back to our precious, majestic public lands here on our national forest. And we can certainly use the help, as can our friends at the Dillon Ranger District.
Yeah, how is it that you help kind of with what they're doing? They've got lots of projects themselves. Forest Service takes on a lot throughout the summer. How do you kind of subsidize or help out what they're doing?
So the Forest Service, they have a tremendous amount on their plate. They do an amazing amount with the resources that they are provided. We are just one of many groups that they work with. So we are just, our name really says it all. We're just there to be their friends, to help them out with whatever we can. We work with as many of their different specialists in the office as we can to provide a diversity of volunteer opportunities and hopefully take a couple of things off their plate. We're also able to provide some data for them. We've got a program called the Range Patrol Program that basically provides eyes and ears for them out there, and we submit reports to help them disseminate their crews out and about on the county to get as much stuff done as possible. So they give us free office space in their office there again in Silverthorne. So we work very closely with them, and it's a really a great partnership, and we're grateful to be a part of it.
I'm grateful to have Forest Service Rangers as well as all the volunteers out there helping throughout the summer. What makes for a good volunteer? So before somebody volunteers, what should they know, or what should they be aware of?
So our volunteers really, they range in age from about 4 to around 84. We like to try and provide opportunities for people of all ages, all fitness levels, all abilities, desires, all those kind of things. Try to provide opportunities in all corners of Summit County, from Rock Creek up in Silverthorne down to Quandary Peak, south of Blue River. So we really do feel like there's something for everybody. All you really need is a desire to want to help out. And closed-toed shoes also. That one's key, Phil. But beyond that, just a desire to want to come out, and I'm happy to speak with anybody about the different opportunities we have for those folks.
Yeah, closed-toed shoes and water.
That's right. Water and a lunch. Bring a lunch.
And a lunch. Yeah, you don't want to be out there picking off of somebody else's lunch during a project.
I've been there.
Now, Doozie, yourself, how long have you been involved with FDRD, and how did you come to be part of it?
Yeah, I was a project coordinator on a seasonal basis. I believe it was back in 2014. So I think I'm heading into my 5th season now. This will be my 4th as the programs manager. We have some new staff. We have some returning staff. But I feel like our exposure in the county has never been better, thanks to things like this, Phil. Thanks again for having us. It's we've seen more interest year in and year out. We're receiving more inquiries about project work, and always happy to field those. We're not able to accommodate all needs all the time, unfortunately. Just with our entire staff is 4 people with an additional seasonal, making it 5 in the summer. So we have pretty full plates, and but we try and take on as much as we possibly can, and we always appreciate when people are willing to come out and lend a hand.
Now, looking ahead, what are some other big projects or maybe other big events that you guys have coming up this summer?
Yeah, so really our big one of our big projects here is coming up on Saturday, June 2nd, National Trails Day. That's going to be taking place on the Salt Lick Trail System in Silverthorne. We're partnering heavily again with the Forest Service, with the Friends of Eagles Nest Wilderness, Summit Fat Tire Society, the town of Silverthorne. So I think we're going to have a really good showing. We're trying to work with the local restaurant or bar around here to maybe provide provide us a little food and some beers afterwards to have a little social time and pat each other on the back for all the good work that we've achieved. But that would be a great one, and we're hoping to get about 60 people out for that project. But again, Phil, just hop online, FDRD.org, check out our calendar, and there are a multitude of ways you can get involved. So I would certainly urge people to do that have any interest.
Great. Anything else big that's coming up this year, whether that's, again, events or maybe even fundraising, because I'm sure there's lots of people who do want to get involved, but maybe, working out in the field's not their thing.
Absolutely. So fundraising is obviously a key element of keeping us afloat. So certainly our membership program has a lot does a lot for us to be able to continue to fund our programming. We've seen a tremendous amount of support with local businesses, breweries. I don't want to start naming them because I know I'll leave some out, but I hope people have been seeing the support that we have been given over the last month, and then continuing on into the season. And Phil, I also wanted to mention also for those that maybe aren't too interested in moving rocks around and swinging a pick, we are offering about 18 different educational hikes. These are all free to the public, and the topics vary from wildflowers to wildlife, geology, mining, again, edible hikes. There's a variety of things that we have going on. So those are all posted on the calendar as well, and those are limited. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, I would definitely urge you to get onto our website and have a look at our educational hike series. We're really excited, sponsored by Kaiser Permanente, and we have a lot of really, really good hikes lined up. Forestry in the Field, we work with our friend Dan Schroeder at the Colorado State Extension. He puts a series of those hikes on for us as well, which will tackle a variety of topics. So there's really something for everybody. Bring the kids out, drag the wife or the girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Gotta leave the dog at home, I'm afraid. Phil.
No dogs on the trail projects or on the forest hikes.
Yep, I've got a dog. My little dog Titus would be disappointed too, but that's how it goes. But we have a really full calendar, full slate of things, events, fundraisers. We'll be at the Dillon Farmers Market every Friday, full slate of projects. So if you've been thinking about dipping your toe in, this is the year for sure. So look us up, again, fdrd.org. Send me an email. You can find my contact information, and I'd be glad to chat with anybody about what we have shaking in 2018.
Definitely. Lots of stuff coming up with FDRD across the county, every corner of the county. Doozie, thanks again for making time to come in.
Thank you so much, Phil. Really appreciate the support.
Absolutely. Doozie Martin with FDRD, Phil Lindeman on Krystal 93.